Hello, this is Quick Time with Silas Carter, and today we're here with the 102 of Kyle Shadden driving an open wheel modified at Mountain View Raceway. First things first, how'd you get started in racing?
Same thing as everybody else. When as a little kid, my both my grandfathers raced. My dad raced. I drag raced, and then my dad got sick and said, "Oh, I wish we could have dirt raced." So I dropped everything I was doing and bought an open wheel. Out of all things,
So, what was the biggest switch from drag racing to dirt cars?
doing this,
Turning.
turning. Yeah.
How many years did it take to get that figured out?
Well, I don't mean for it to sound bad, but I was actually pretty decent right out of the gate. Um, I didn't finish last my first race, and then within the first part of the year, I was up in the top five. So
Who was your biggest hero growing up?
dirt racing wise,
Yeah, dirt racing.
Barry Goodman.
Very good.
My dad used to help build his engine, so and I know a lot of people local say Barry, but I mean Barry was is and always has been a big a big deal around here really. I had a couple other local guys that I looked up to, but my dad worked with Barry, and I mean that's who we went to the races and hung out with.
Yeah, he's definitely a good dude. I've talked to him a few times. He's always faster at Mountain View. He's got a whole lot of laps around there.
Sure does.
What was like your thing when you're like, yeah, this is what I want to do, and this is what I like?
I don't really know, to be honest with you. I mean, I enjoyed it. Really, I enjoyed the people more than anything. I mean, I love dirt racing, but there's a different kind of people in this compared to what I was used to drag racing. I mean,
I think one of the best communities. I mean, I've been welcomed anywhere, and I mean, all been nice. What goes to your head when you're sitting in staging, you're getting ready to roll out?
did I put fuel in it? That's my thing. Like I'm not nervous. I'm really relaxed, but I'm always like going through a checklist. Did we tighten the lug nuts? Did we put fuel in it? Because I have run out of fuel in staging and misqualifying before. Did we charge the battery? I actually missed qualifying a couple of weeks ago because we forgot to charge the battery. I mean, just stuff like that.
What's the feeling when you hit that perfect qualifying lap? Or you hit that perfect move in a feature?
I can't qualify to save my life, so I can't answer that one. I mean, I'm so relaxed. I know that sounds crazy, but I'm just so relaxed. And every time I kind of just hit my corner right or pass somebody right, it gives me a lot of drive to do it again. I know that's a little weird to explain, but the the right moves that I make every time just make the race a whole lot better. I don't. If I struggle, you can see it. I mean, I know you can from where you're sitting. But if I miss two or three marks, my driving for two or three laps is terrible. I get frustrated with myself.
Do you have any big rivals at the track? Anybody you've been racing with for a while?
Rivals? Um, no, I mean I get along with everybody. There have been a few people that we've raced with that's I think they had it out for me. Cost me cost me quite a few tires and wheels, and it wasn't an accident, But I mean, this year and last year, I've I've not really had any rivals, so to speak. Um, I mean, there are a few aggressive drivers that I rub doors with here and there, but I mean it's like once we pull off the track, it's the end of it.
I mean, that definitely comes to the sport. Rubbin's racing.
That's fact.
Who would you love to race with? It'd be fictional, dead, anybody.
So this is kind of an open wheel cliche type thing, but Nick Hoffman. So my first or second year, we went to Boyd's, and Nick Hoffman was there, Kenny Wallace was there, Ken Schrader was there, There were several big names, and the only time I got to race with him is when he almost left me.
He almost laughed.
He almost left me. They threw a caution right as he was coming up on my left. But I never got to race with a guy, and he don't really sit in an open wheel anymore.
Yeah.
But ever since I started open wheel racing, I kind of just watched that dude really.
How do you balance your racing with your family and just your normal life?
I have a very, very supportive family. Very, very supportive family. And fortunately, I work for myself. We've got a family business, so for the most part, I can make time anytime. So I'm very fortunate for that, all the way around.
What's your pre-race rituals? Like, do you ever go to meal? Anything you gotta get at the gas station before you come to a race?
For Mountain View, no. I mean, we stop at one particular gas station and buy a bunch of Gatorade. That seems to be our thing now. When I go to Crossville to race, we always stop at KFC and get mashed potatoes. my buddy Hunter come up with that whole deal, so that's kind of our ritual for Crossville.
What's your favorite track? I know you race in Mountain View a whole lot, but outside of that, what's your favorite track?
Outside of Mountain View would be Crossville.
Crossville.
Yep, I absolutely love that track. It's just, to me, it's just a bigger Mountain View.
Yeah.
I mean, they race a lot alike, from my view. Other than that, I'm not really a fan of many other tracks. I've raced a few, but if I couldn't race Mountain View every weekend, I would be at Crossville every weekend.
So you like the high banks, kind of bowl type tracks?
I mean, I enjoyed Boyd's, but if it's not like a bowl style track, 75, that track races really well, but I'm not a fan. It's not banked enough. I mean,
What's the funniest thing that's ever happened at the racetrack?
well, it's funny, but it's not. We put my car together that I drive now, and it was kind of thrown together when I bought it. That just cheap parts, and we spent 3 days swapping from my old car to that car. And I guess I forgot to tighten the steering, and the steering slid up, and I set off in the corner in 3, and the steering completely let go, and then the wheels turned. When the wheels turned, it broke the brake line. And I was pumping the brakes and turning a wheel that was just spinning, and nothing happens, and it turns down in the infield, and I hit one of the side-by-sides with 2 track workers on it. It didn't hurt anybody, but that's probably the funniest thing, I mean, thank goodness nobody got hurt, but the funniest thing that's happened, because it literally just, instead of turning to the wall, it just turned, drove down, went over the curb, and just whoop.
I feel like we've seen that a lot throughout this season, just cars dumping down to the infield trying to get out of the way, and
Yeah,
it's been some close calls.
there has. I almost hit, last weekend, unfortunately, my skid steer broke a hose up there when Jesse was using it, but it was parked down there, and I was running for second, and me and Billy got into each other, and I spun around backwards, and I thought, my skid steer is right there. As I'm flying backwards towards it, I said that would make a good video.
Well, you're switching over to the late model. I've seen you've been building on that a whole lot. What's the different setups and different styles comes from open wheel to late model?
Setup wise, it's a totally different ball game. Only part of what I do with the open wheel applies to a late model. So hopefully in 2 weeks I'll be, well, not this coming weekend, but the next weekend I'll be in a sportsman car, and then I will probably just run my open wheel for the points races.
It's definitely good to see you in a different. I mean, you've had some bad luck this season. What mentality does that give a driver when they just haven't had anything good going on?
I've had 2 bad seasons. Last year, I went through 2 engines. I think I raced 8 races the whole year last year. So, I mean, it gets me down in a way, but I just kind of roll with it. I mean, everybody has a bad year or bad years. I had 2.5 really, really good seasons. I mean, my first year, I think I raced 24 races my first year out and had the best luck. And, I mean, it's going to come to everybody. Everybody's going to have a bad year, but, I mean, it doesn't really bring me down.
I feel like it's a mentality you definitely have to have as a racer because I mean you ain't gonna win them all, and you got to make sure you're right-headed when you go out on the track.
That's a fact. I mean, it's easy to get frustrated and upset, but it happens to everybody, and most of the stuff isn't in your control. So there's no sense in ruining your day with it.
What's some advice you got on the racetrack or around the racetrack that you use in your life today?
Honestly, don't know how to answer that.
Hard question.
That's a hard question.
What advice do you give a kid to do what you're doing?
Just go for it.
Just go for it.
Just go for it. I mean, I literally was drag racing 1 week, and then 2 weeks later, I was dirt racing and had no clue what I was doing. And the minute we showed up, Barry came and talked to me and was like, "Hey, this is kind of what to expect." And then a couple of weeks later, Joe Bray, I don't know if you remember Joe.
Yeah.
He helped me my first season more than anybody. I mean, he would watch me on the racetrack, come over and say, "Hey, this is what you need to do." And within the first 8 or 10 races, I mean, I had it down as far as setup just because of him. He didn't have to help me. He didn't have to try, but he had seen us struggling. And, I'll forever appreciate that.
That's one thing we were talking about earlier. Racing's got one of the best atmospheres that you can have.
Yes.
What's one thing that people think about dirt track racing that is completely wrong?
We're not all just a bunch of rednecks that don't have a clue what we're doing.
I mean, now racing's become a lot more expensive. Some rednecks can't even afford it now, and I feel like that's changed it a lot, but there's still a great atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean, it's still...
So social media has a lot of impact on racing now. How has it had an impact on you and what you're doing?
It's given me a lot of opportunities. Met a lot of people. We have several friends like in North or South Dakota. I've got a couple of buddies in the Midwest. I met several people over TikTok up around New York, and we talk constantly, like every other day or every day. And I've never met them, but they will support me from one end of the earth to the other. And it gives opportunity for people to know us on a certain level and not just see pictures or see us at the racetrack. It makes things real personal.
Yeah. Social media definitely has a lot of impact on me. That's what I run most of my stuff on. I have a lot of friends that are, they're in Tennessee, but they're really far, and I don't get to see them. Like Charlie Ray, he's a great inspiration for me. He supported me throughout the entire thing, so he's definitely one of the good ones. Alan Huffman, he's in North Carolina, South Carolina, one of those, and he's really good to me. I mean, social media is good and bad for racing. What are some of the bad things you see coming from it?
People bad mouthing that have no idea what they're talking about, or that don't appreciate the hard work that goes into things. I mean, Miss Hampton puts in more work behind the scenes than anybody could ever possibly know. Jesse this year puts more work as a single person into a racetrack than anybody I have ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
People don't have a clue. And all they want to do is badmouth. Like, unfortunately, it rained out last night. Jesse tried his hardest to get that show in. The drivers voted to race, try to race. It should have been called off, but Jesse gave that option. And anybody that badmouths that, they need to just park their car because it was their decision. I mean, if he tried to race, he's the bad guy. If he doesn't race, he's the bad guy. I mean, that's the worst part of the whole deal.
Yeah.
People that don't have a clue.
I mean, definitely the fans can just look out and see it rained. They couldn't get a ran in. That's his fault. But Mother Nature is not on our side that night.
No, not at all. That was a lot of water in an hour.
Yeah.
A lot of water.
How do you want people to remember you?
I mean, really just the guy that tried to help. I try to help everybody I can because a lot of people struggle with a lot of things from, they can't get to the racetrack or they don't have tickets, or if they're at the racetrack, they don't have the parts to fix it. If I've got it, it's whoever's, and like the other night I done the fast time or the hard charger award for the juniors.
Yeah.
That's the next. That's next. I'm going to be the old dude riding around on his golf cart, watching those guys race where I'm racing. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, you gotta, you just gotta help everybody and keep the sport going. That's my thing.
I'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thank anybody that helped you. Shout out your social media and sponsors.
Well, I want to thank my family for sure. All my buddies, Hunter for sure. He's been my right hand dude since I started this. Well, since before I started this stuff. All my sponsors, and I might not remember them all. Integrity Septic and Drain. Danny is a big supporter of me on and off the racetrack. Suttle's Dirt Works. He's been there since the beginning. RPM Customs. Rick's been there since the beginning. S&K Auto Care. They're a local shop here in town. They've supported me in my personal business forever. PPM. I mean, I can't say enough about those guys.
Yeah.
They help anybody and everybody and go beyond what any parts place would even imagine doing. Who else am I forgetting? J2 Graphics. Seth and Jessica always take care of all my wraps. BB Designs. My buddy Brandon. He come up with my late model wrap and my shirt designs for this year. I just hadn't got any of that out yet. Central Tennessee Machine Works. That's my buddy Chris. He does my machine work on my engines whenever I build those. I don't know if I may be forgetting anybody else. If I do, I apologize. But I'm on TikTok and Facebook. That's my two things. Shadden Motorsports on both of those.
Well, thank you for sitting down with us, and thank you guys for watching.
Thank you.